Hi babes, welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome if you're coming back. I love and appreciate you guys so much. You're so special, every single person, and please don't ever forget it. So I'm gonna do a video I've never done before, and I'm surprised I've never done it before, but it's just a what's in my pen pouch. And so I'm using this one here that I got off Amazon recently. I'll link it below, and it's also in my Amazon storefront. And this is just a keychain from an old, I think I stole this from my dad actually. This is just like an old, it's a piece of leather, and it says "I blunt," but he, but he doesn't smoke pot. Or no, wait, he does. But oh, I just got it. Okay, maybe that's what it means. Oh my gosh, that's so dumb. Okay. Anyway, so but I like how it's like a piece of leather, and like I can pull on it easily to open her up. So she's got like multiple compartments. There's this front pocket here that is the full, it goes down the full length of the pen pouch. And so I like to put my pens on here, and that I'm using most frequently, and clip them on. Otherwise it's pretty tight, but it could fall out a little bit if it's not clipped on, or it can go like sink down a little bit and it's just a little bit hard to get out. So if you just clip it on, stays nice and secure. So in here I have a Uniball Signo 0.38. It's one of my all-time favorite pens. It writes so beautiful. Oh, sorry, that was my dog just choking. You okay, Lando? He good. It writes so smoothly, and it's for a 0.38. Sorry, that's him coming over now. For pets. For such a fine nib, it writes very smoothly, and it's a very dark black. And it's got a little bit of a rubber grip right here. Sorry, he's shaking his head, shaking his ears. And then this I just kind of was a more recent find. I've heard about these for a very long time, but I've just recently discovered using them for myself. And it's the Papermate Flare, the 1mm tip. So it's a bit thicker, definitely a lot thicker than I usually use. But if I'm just feeling like really Xing something out or crossing something off, I really like going to it for it, and it doesn't smudge so far. Hopefully it doesn't ever. And then this one here is Pentel Energel Clena, and it's in the 0.3mm tip. Whoa, I'm going all over the place here. Well, actually, you can see it better if I just hold it like that. And it's in the pink body here with a rubberized grip. And this writes also very smoothly for being such a fine nib. And I would say it's very comparable to the Uniball one. Pentel and Uniball are by far my favorite pen brands. And I also I love the Pilot Friction because it's erasable. And how you erase it is by the friction of this little rubber tip, just rubbing it off on the paper, and it comes right off. Sometimes it smudges a little bit, but most of the time it comes right off. And to open it or to extend the nib, you just push down on the clip here, and then you push down to spring it back up. And it has a grippy here. It's not too thick. It's the best erasable pen I've ever used. It is 0.5 nib. And yeah, it's quite dark. It's not completely black, not as black as these pens, but for an erasable pen, I'd say it's pretty comparable. And then I have the Muji 0.38 pen here, and this one's a cap pen, and it's a nice fine nib as well. This one actually writes almost the finest out of them all, I find. Fine. And yeah, so it writes even thinner than the Uniball 0.38. They're both 0.38, but yeah, no, I just find it writes a little bit more thinner. And it's a really steady tip. There's no skipping or anything, I find, with this one. And you can push the cap clicks onto the top as well, so if you want to write with it that way, you can. But yeah, no, I really enjoy this pen. And then this is one of the new highlighters that I found off Amazon, and it's called the ZR highlighter, and I actually labeled them myself with my label maker. There was a pack of like 10, I believe. I have them linked as well in my Amazon storefronts. But I only use 4 colors out of the pack so far that I like the best. And so this one is labeled number 3. And it's really cool because it has a window for you to see where you're highlighting. And the colors are really, really neutral in this pack. I love them so much. So it has the little window and a nice strong chisel tip. And then on the back, it actually has a nib, a fine point nib. And I did a pen swatch test, and I'll show you. So this is number 3 of my own labeling system, and that's the color it is. So the ZR number 3, that's the nice neutral brown that it comes out in, and it's not too dark over the writing. So the next compartment here is this top one, and so you just unzip it, and it goes from this part all the way over here, and then you can open her right up. And it's just got these actual, this one is just a wide strap. Excuse me, this one is just a wide strap. Oh my gosh, frog in my throat. A wide strap that you can fit anything in there, and then it has the pocket down here. This one actually has 5 pen loops where you can stuff a pen in each one, and then the netted pocket down here where you can see where things are. Like I put an eraser down here. And so in here I have just some highlight or whiteout, sorry. This is from a pack on Amazon, and it just looks like this, and it works really decently. Does the job for sure. Just a normal whiteout or correction tape. I live in Canada, and I've always heard it being called whiteout. That might be the brand name of one of them though. But yeah, so this one's called Good Luck. I'll have it linked if you're interested. And it comes in like these neutral colors, which are really pretty. And then I have my cloth and paper tweezers for stickers, just because my fingers kind of get in the way if I have a really small dot sticker or anything like that. So just by picking it up with a little, you can place them exactly where you want them to go. They were quite sharp though. They did have a tip on them, but I lost the tip to cover it up with. And then I have a couple Zig clean color dot markers, and I have it in the color grayish green and oatmeal, and they look like on the swatch chart. So that's grayish green, and that's oatmeal. So like kind of like a, again, I always like to stay with the neutrals for my highlighters. I don't, sometimes when I get a feeling too, I'll go with a neon yellow, like a classic neon yellow, but most of the time I just like the neutrals. So yeah, that's what these two are. And then I have this one here. It's another one from Amazon, and it's in that square or rectangular shaped body, and it's got like a nib on one end, and then on the other end it's got the chisel tip, just like so. And this is a really beautiful brown. I actually labeled them. These didn't have color names on them either, so I labeled them myself from like 1 to 6. That's how many I was using. So that's the color it is right there, this Morandy one. So it's a really nice brown. And then over here we have a Pilot Friction highlighter that we got from sub box from Cloth and Paper, and I really love it. It's just a nice regular like true gray, not too dark, and it erases really well too. So the chisel tip just looks like that, and then yeah, so it's really neat. And then you can just erase the color, which is neat science, right? And then this is my uni pen in 0.1, and this is what I use to write on transparent sticky notes or stickers or page flags. And I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this or know what it is, because Cloth and Paper, I feel like, kind of made it like super popular for using in that purpose. You can just use a regular Sharpie pen, that works the same too. But yeah, I know this works really, really well, and it's got a super fine nib. So that's what I kind of reserve using this pen for. And then this one is super special. My dad bought me this pen. It's a Kaweco Sport in the ballpoint pen. And I actually got a refill on Amazon to put in a 0.5 black ink because it came with a 0.7 blue ink. And I prefer smaller nib and black ink. But yeah, no, so my dad and I went to this stationery shop in a little local town near us, and this pen was here, and it's in my like dream color, this coffee color, double. And yeah, no, he bought it for me, so it was really awesome. So it's super special. And then this pen here is another Uniball one. It's in 0.38. It's called the Uniball 1, and it's got a fine nib. This one's it's not my favorite in here. I'm trying to like break her in, so that's why I have her like kind of more at the front to use. But she's a little bit hard to control for me. And then we have a Staedtler pigment liner in 0.05. So it is so fine. Like that is like the finest tip. Actually, no, I have a 0.03, but this one is super fine if I want to do really small detailed writing on like a super small calendar or anything like that. So I have that in there. And like I said, I just have a plain white eraser. And then that's what I have in like my second compartment. So those are my second most used pens. I don't need to put those in there right now. And then if you kind of turn over on her side, you have this zipper that only wraps around half of the length of the pouch, and it just opens up like this now. And it's got 2 mesh pockets on this left-hand side here. And then I keep all my other highlighters and pens in here. So here's another one of those Zayar highlighters with the clear window. And this one I labeled as number 4, so it looks like that. And then here, oh no, sorry, this one is number 2. This one is number 4. And then, so I labeled it like that, and that's the swatch there. And then I have a Crayola, what is this called? Colors of the World marker. I don't know if it has a more like bigger name than that, but yeah, it's Colors of the World collection, and it's the Crayola kind of chunky tip there. And this one's in the color medium almond, which is the swatch right there. And then I have the set of Ohuhu brush markers from Amazon, and I really like the Ohuhu brand. I actually own some of their alcohol markers, and they work really well for me. So these are water-based. And so these ones have numbers on them. So this one here, and they have a brush tip on this end. So it's like similar to a Tombow, how a Tombow works. And then a super fine tip on the other end, which I really like. And then, so this one is 165, which is a little bit darker of a color right there. Whoops, right there. This one here is 175, so it's right up here, light kind of peach color. This one is another Ohuhu brush marker, but it's just in a different body. And it's still got the brush tip and the fine nib, and it's the WG030. And you can find it on Amazon as well. And let me just try to find the other ones before. Here's a Stabilo Boss original highlighter, and it came in a pack of 4 of neutral colors. And I believe it's on this side. Yeah, so that's the swatch of it. It's right there. It's number 70 out of 186. And it's got a cute little chunky body, and just got a regular chisel tip nib on it. And then I have some Tombows in here as well. So this is number 990. And a little tip I learned from watching YouTubers is if you wrap a piece of tape around the number, it won't wear off, because the lettering and everything comes off so easily just by using it with your hand oils, I guess, and sweat and whatnot. But yeah, just wrap a little piece of regular tape around it and it'll stay right on. So this is number 990, and that's the swatch of it right there. And these look like this. It's just got the brush tip. These are super popular in the planner community and in the art community. They're really well made, and they last a long time. I recommend them for sure. You can find them at Michael's too, and on Amazon. And then this one is N89, and it looks like that. So it's a really nice light gray, a true gray, I feel like. Just like that, like that. And then, oh, here's another one of those Zayar. Sorry, I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but this one I labeled as number 1, and it just looks like that. Here's another Ohuhu. This is number 166, and she's right up there. That's the swatch. And then I also have a mild liner in here, of course. Can't have no mild liners. And this is in the beige color. So a mild liner, it looks like that one up here is at the very top left-hand corner, beige mild liner. And there's a chisel tip on them. Let me see if I can see that better. Just like so. And then if you flip it around, they also have a nib tip. And they're really great highlighters as well, really dependable. And then I just kind of want to get through all the highlighters first. Here's another mild liner from Zebra. Sorry, they're from Zebra, the brand. And then like the collection is called Mild Liners. This one's in color Cool Gray. And then here's a Tombow in 942. This one's my favorite. So that's what it looks like there. 942 Tombow. And then I think we got her all. Yeah, looking good, looking good. So this isn't my whole pen collection. This is just the stuff that I'm taking with me on the go, or that I have beside my bedside table, or that I use regularly. This one, it came from a pack on Amazon. And it was like a beige pen pack, and they're all 0.5 nibs. And I really like them all, actually. I'll have them in my Amazon storefront. Do I have any more in here? Let's see. Yeah, I do. It came in a pack of like 5 or 8, and it came with a highlighter too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, so here's 3 of them, and they're really aesthetic looking as well. And they're all black ink, black gel pens. So I really like those guys too. So it was well worth the money. It was like 11 bucks. This one is a pencil that we got from a Cloth and Paper sub box. It's the M&G Anti-Broken Amp J6902, and it's in a 0.7 lead. And I like it. It's just a regular old mechanical pencil, pretty much. I find it doesn't break, so it holds up to its name. This is a of course, dog hair. Zebra Sarasa Dry Airfit Grip in 0.4 millimeters. And these pens have been around for quite a while now, and they were really popular for good reason. They're really great. They have a thick body though, so they don't fit in a lot of pen loops, so just be wary of that. But I think they're super worth it to carry around with you. This is a Unipen Fine Line Water and Fade Proof Pigment Ink, and this is a 0.3 nib. And you can buy a pack of these, and like that comes in multiple nib sizes. I find that's the best way to go. That's the best value for money, and it's not super expensive either. But yeah, no, I really enjoy the pen line in general, and they make really good products all around. Here's another Uniball pen, and this is the Signo 307, and this one is a 0.38 ink, or a nib, sorry. Black ink. I have all my pens in black ink right now, except for one actually, and here is brown. But yeah, no, this is a really, it writes super nicely, and it's really, I can hold it nice and easily. It's got a grip on it, but it's kind of got like a little bit more of the texture on there, and it just, the girth of it is just a really good size for me. And then speaking of girth, this is the Uniball pen. It's the Uni SP 0.38. And it's the chunky ones, basically. And I love this color. It's in the color coffee. Yep, color coffee. And it's a nice fine nib. And when I'm feeling like my hands are a little bit fatigued from holding a pen like for too long, I can switch to this one, and I don't need to hang on to it so tight because it is so wide. It doesn't like squeeze my hand as much. So I like that for that purpose. And then this one came from a pack of Amazon, and they were recommended by Plan with B, and they are fantastic. They're a 0.5 nib, and I'll have them in my Amazon storefront as well too, or I'll link them below. And they just look like this. They come in a pack of 5. I've seen them in a pack of like 20, I think, on Amazon, and they're fairly inexpensive, and they work super well. This is a brown pen, and I don't use it too often, but if I'm feeling fancy, I'll use it. It's a Pentel Energel Liquid Gel Ink. And this is in a 0.7, so it's a little bit thicker, but because the brown ink is a little bit of a fainter color than black, I find that using a bigger nib works well for that purpose. And then last but not least is Zebra Sarasa Mark-On in the 0.4 nib. And this one, it works super well under highlighters. Like, it doesn't smudge at all. So you can use it and then use a water-based highlighter over top of it, and you're good to go. So, and most of these pens are really good with highlighters. I try not to stay away from anything that smudges too much. If it does smudge a little bit, I'll highlight first and then I'll write over top of it. And then I just have some sticky notes from the dollar store in here, some page flags from the Post-it in here. And that is all I carry around with me, guys, in my for my pen pouch. I have a pair of scissors close to my bed because I use like a little pair of scissors quite often, and a ceramic cutter too for opening packages close to my bedside. But if I'm like traveling around, I'll just bring this. And then I can also fit a little ruler in here too if I feel like it. But like a lot of in my planners, like a lot of the page finders are kind of like rulers, so I don't really need one too much as an extra one. But yeah, so if you have any questions, or if you want me to go into like if you want me to swatch any of the pens too, let me know, and I can do it on like a quick reel thing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and happy planning. Bye.